looking nice, what do you say? Cult of personality. I ask for you and a jive in 3. That's a cult of personality, honey sugar child. Living color, jive talking, all go together like a turkey leg at the, what was the place called? Disneyland. I'm really blowing this up. Bum, 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 jive. Shit. See, what happened with that whole thing right there when it fell apart is I started looking at the comment. I did a video Wednesday about living color, and as you can see here clearly right here with your own eyes, with your own 2 eyes, you can see it clearly right here. That is in living color. That's not in living color, but it is actually living color who commented. He says they say the turkey leg routine has been Corey's shtick since the first time we played the Epcot Center. That's right. It was the video I put up was about the Epcot Center. This is the biggest breaking news of all time. Living color actually watched that video, weren't completely offended by it in some form or fashion, and then left a comment, which I hearted, and then I also put down there, can I click this? I just said, it looks delicious. Love you guys. Heavy metal horn, fireball. So what do you think of that? That's pretty good. I guess we should do the introductions. Welcome one and all back to another edition. This is what, 89 of the Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo. Look at this old raggedy thing. Thinks he's doing the Ronnie James Dio heavy metal horns correctly. He's not. That's Glenn Danzig. Glenn. You give me strikes on my channel, or your little goon does. You know, and that just hurts my feelings because I really want to like you. But the first story up here today is Danzig postpones shows due to tour bus shortage. And you can't make jokes, guys, about short buses and Danzig and stuff like that. Just don't do that. What he's talking about, it's not the short bus that he needs for his concerts when he goes out on the road. What he's talking about is there is an actual shortage of tour buses, okay? So get things right. I wanted to learn a little bit about this. Things are rough, things are hard all over. And Danzig had to reschedule a couple of shows. So let's learn about it. Danzig has postponed 2 shows on his upcoming tour with Behemoth. Twin Temple, which you've seen my t-shirt of them. They're kind of a boo-wop style, kind of a satanic boo-wop, I guess you'd call it. And they're okay, but I really like that t-shirt. That's why I have it. And the fantastic band that we've done on this channel, Midnight. They're all out on the road with Mr. Glenn. And it says they had to postpone the shows due to tour bus shortages. The Las Vegas concert, previously scheduled for August 25th, will now take place on September 22nd at the Theater at Virginia Hotels, while the Southern California date has been moved from Norco, California's Silver Lakes Park on August 26th to Ontario, California's Toyota Arena on September 23rd. So we have that, okay? On August 4th, Danzig's social media was updated with the following statement. Due to the current tour bus shortage, we are forced to move the Las Vegas and SoCal shows to the end of the tour, September 22nd, and 23rd. In order to secure a tour bus, not a short bus, but just a tour bus. The Las Vegas shows will remain in the same venue for the Friday, September 22nd date. But the SoCal show had to be moved to the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California for Saturday, September 23rd. So you got that update, guys, okay? But we're going to keep reading here. Danzig's upcoming shows will see Glenn Danzig and his bandmates will perform the classic debut album in its entirety. Put that in the comments below. What do you think of that record? It's fantastic. Am I Demon? Twist a Cane. Is She Rides on it? I think She Rides is on that. What did I say? Mother? I mean, come on. It's just a great record. Was it produced by, Frizzy Hair. Frizzy Beard, Frizzy Hair. Def Jam. Rick Rubin. See, it says it right there. Danzig was released in August 1988 via producer Rick Rubin's then new label, Def American Recordings. I think this was the first record he did on that label. It remains the band's best-selling album, having been certified platinum in the U.S. for sales in excess of 1,000,000 copies. When Danzig, the band, grew out of the Misfits' Sam Hain lineage in 1987, leader Glenn Danzig went into the new project with even grander ambitions and a long-term design. Between 1977 and 87, the Misfits horror punk morphed into the darker, occult-steeped Sam Hain. When producer and record mogul Rick Rubin showed interest in signing Sam Hain to his Def Jam label and producing their first record, the bands yet again evolved, and Danzig was born. Yeah, because you got Eerie Von, John Christ, Chuck Biscuits, and Glenn Danzig on that record. And I think most of those guys wasn't Chuck Biscuits and Eerie Von and Sam Hain. You can get down there in the comments and tell me if I'm right or wrong, and I know you do. 1988's Danzig debut stripped away the creepy dissonance of Sam Hain and replaced it with a focused sensibility. It rocked hard and aimed for the gut. It was primal and memorable and straightforward howl of sinister rock and roll played by a band of four who locked tight in their vision and looked unified in their presentation. Hi, Roy. Boy, you took the words right out of my mouth, man, I gotta tell you. So guys, if you are going to the Danzig shows and you said, wait a minute, I had tickets for those, now I have helped you out with that. This next one, Ronnie James, Doug Aldrich, and Ronnie James. Now, Doug Aldrich had to have been in the later years, right? The Magica years and stuff, because I wasn't paying too much attention in those days. But you got Ronnie here, and he's got the heavy freaking metal horns up. They ain't lame like those heavy metal horns. And Danzig has to do two heavy metal horns at the same time, and then do the big X crossing his chest. You know what? Ronnie just needs one. He just gives you the pow right in your eyes. Bang! Right there. I wanted to read this story because it's talking about releasing unreleased stuff from Ronnie James Dio, from the Dio band, Doug Aldrich. Okay, let's check this out. Doug Aldrich confirms his unreleased his song collaboration with Ronnie James Dio will finally see the light of day instead of all that damn darkness inside of some kind of a locker somewhere in a rock studio. A previously unreleased Ronnie James Dio song, which guitarist Doug Aldrich was working on with the legendary heavy metal singer before his 2010 death, will be included on an upcoming Dio collection of never-before-heard and obscure recordings. That gets me tingling. That gets all the spots tingling. The track in question was written during the session for Dio's Magica 2, a sequel to 2000's Magica. That was left unfinished when Ronnie died in 2010. Another Magica 2 track titled Electra made it on to the 2012 The Very Best of Dio Volume 2. He's got a lot of good stuff, man. That Electra song better be good. Now I got to go listen to that record so I can say Electra was not the best tune on there. Because if they've done their work, there's not enough room. I guess that would be why it's a volume 2. That would make sense. They put all that juicy stuff on that first one. Aldrich just discusses the unreleased music he worked on with Dio in a new interview with Canadians The Metal Voice. He said, as transcribed by the Blabbermouth, well, first of all, Elektra was part of what was going to be on the next album for Ronnie. He basically came up with Elektra to promote the tour, and then he wanted to do at the end of 2009. He was going to re-release Killing the Dragon and a live show that we did for that tour. And that song was going to promote the album and the tour, and it was going to be this whole thing. And then he got sick. He found out he had cancer, so it all went away. But the song Elektra did come out, and it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty ding-dong-dang cool. But prior to Elektra, he had another song that, and I'm sure he had a lot of bits of songs and maybe a few that were completed, but he did give me a completed song prior to Elektra that he wanted to be the promotional track. So that's the big one. And then he basically moved away from that and he went with Elektra instead. So this song that he's going to be putting out is going to be just as good as Elektra or better, because that was the song he wanted to go with, right? But I had that other track and put a solo on it. It didn't have a title, but I had it. And I talked to Wendy Dio. What does she say, Wendy? Dio, Ronnie's widow and longtime manager, about it. And she never, to be fair, I didn't go over and play it for her, but I did talk to her about it on the phone. And then she kind of wasn't ready to listen to anything like that at that point. So you did it in 2010 or 11. Years went on, and then I ended up doing a renovation at my house, and I took those hard drives and I put them in my special spots. No. And I took those hard drives and I put them in storage. So at the moment, there's talk that Wendy wants to put out some stuff, some unreleased stuff next year in 24 with Ronnie, including a remake of the track that he sent me, which I am still in the possession of, and that is 9/10 of the law. Right? Is that how that goes? Possession is 9/10 of the law. And Wendy texted me last week and said, "Any luck?" And I said, "I'll get it, Wendy. I just have dozens of hard drives I need to go through to find it. And once I do, I'll give her the track, and I'll either record it with her and them, or somebody else will." No, you got to be on it. It's coming out of your house, your hard drives, which you keep nice and in a warm spot. You have to be on it. But it was haunting. Oh, this is a song? Because it was haunting. Because it was Ronnie playing bass and playing rhythm guitar with a drum machine and singing. And the vocal was it was haunting, man. Really freaking crazy. So there you have that. Elaborating on how his unreleased song with Ronnie ended up getting lost amongst his personal household items. Yeah, I'd like to know that too. I did a renovation during 2020 when everything was shut down. I wanted to expand my house a little bit, put in that home studio, that man cave home studio, and clean it up and get new stuff. So I wanted to pack everything up nice and neat because I'm organized, and get it out of here. Get it out of here. Because when there's construction, hard drives would get dusty and all that. So I packed everything up, including that computer was all backed up on hard drives. So I'll find it, and I hope Wendy has some other kick-ass stuff. I really do. Because that would be pretty cool to hear an album of unreleased stuff that was original music and or some really cool versions of previously released songs. I can only imagine there's got some cool stuff that they did that maybe they didn't use with Vivian Campbell. That's true. All right, I think we're done with that. What do you think about that? You know, he's a good man. Doug, I want you to be on it, damn it. I want you to be on the son of a gun, with your little vest on there and your 8-pack abs, You need to be rocking that guitar just like you're doing. Dio, Ronnie would want you right next to him for this tune. That's the only way there is. Alice Cooper coming up in this little story here. I just thought this was interesting because it says the reissues of Killers and Schools Out. I don't have anything to do with that. So what does that mean? Because the guy is like 100 years old, so I'm thinking that he's got the rights to all of his music now. Right? So how is it that something is coming out that he doesn't have anything to do with? Having a grape energy banger. Oh, that hit me in the hard spot. Oh. Hit me with your best shot. Boom, boom. You know, when you drink that carbonated stuff and it just goes down, it gets in the wrong spot. This is Alice Cooper right here. He's looking up to the sky and he's saying, why, God damn it, are they doing this to me? And they're taking my tunes and my albums. What are they doing over there? We're going to find out. Alice Cooper on recent reissues of Killer and School's Out. I don't have anything to do with that. In a new interview with Paul Cashmere of Australia's Noise11.com, I'll tell you, Alice Cooper spoke about Rhino's recent reissues. Oh, it's Rhino. Rhino's recent reissues of Platinum album Killer 1971 and School's Out 1972. With newly remastered sound, rare recordings of previously unreleased live performances. He said it's transcribed by the Blue Behind. That's funny. That's the funniest thing. Okay, I can't do him right now. That's the funniest thing with bands. We don't really have anything to do with that. I just talked to Jimmy Page. He's the guy that played the guitar in Led Zeppelin in London. He came to the show in London, the Hollywood Vampire Show. And Ronnie Wood, was that the one that old Johnny Depp took a fall? They had to go knock on his, he was found him passed out in his hotel room. I hope that wasn't the same show. Jimmy Page shows up and goes, hey mate, where the bleeding bloody hell is Johnny Depp? They say, we don't know where he's at. We got to go to his, let's get in the car, the Scooby van, and get over there. He came to the show in London, the Hollywood Vampire Show. Oh boy, it was good. And Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones, you may know him, came up and played with us on Train Kept a Rollin' all night long. It was great having those guys there. It was so great. And I said, so what are you doing, Jimmy? What are you doing, Jimmy? And he says, I'm still working on me Led Zeppelin stuff. Because he's remastering the stuff and remixing the stuff and has a hands-on things that he likes to do and what he's doing. They say that we're reissuing Killer and School's Out. And I go, okay, I don't have anything to do with that. It's great. I don't know who this is, but I almost every other day somebody says, hey, you know, it's the anniversary of Lace and Whiskey. And I go, oh, yeah. I love me some Lace and Whiskey. I love it. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I don't keep track of any of that stuff. I love the history, but I don't live back there. Because he lives in the future. He thinks in the now. That's what we all should do, is think more in the now. Be in the present moment, like I am right now. Right in the present moment, being in it, instead of being too far ahead, worried about things that are going to be coming a day, a month, a year ahead of you, or looking back. Oh, I could have been better at this, or I could have been a better person, Live in the now, people. Live in the now. Alice's new album, Road, will be released on August 25th via Ear Music, produced by longtime collaborator Bob Ezrin. What has he done? An LP was written, composed, and recorded with Alice's trusted longtime bandmates. I think this was the record where he did say, he usually has studio musicians or whatever, and this was the first record. Correct me, get in the comments and tell me if I'm right or wrong, but this is the first one where he's just going for it, writing tunes, with letting these guys write songs or whatever. I don't know. Road is going to be released in wide variety of formats and limited vinyl colors. Complementing the album's theme, the bonus DVD Blu-ray comes with Alice Cooper's 2022 full live show at Hellfest. And included are all the classics and rarely played gems. Cooper recently announced the extension of his 2023 North American tour, adding shows through the month of October. That's when he's got to go. The shows, October 3rd through the 23rd, will be an evening with. And he closes out the monster October 25th, 26th, and 28th with 3 co-headlining Halloween hootenanny shows with Robert F. Zombie. This follows his 6 shows with Motley Crue and Def Leppard. Yeah, he's doing that now, isn't he? Along with 6 of his own evening with shows, August 5th through the 22nd. He never sleeps. Followed by a month-long co-headlining Freaks on Parade tour with Dig to the ditches and burn through my britches and die. Robert F. Zombie. August 22nd through September 24th. I got to go to this. I swore to myself, I just went and saw Ghost in the Montmartre. It was great. It was fun. And then we had seats, and you got to stand in the one spot, and it's extremely expensive and all of that. But I told myself, I'm never going to a big-time show again. I'll go to smaller club shows. 1,000 seats is the biggest I'm going to anymore. But now I'm telling myself, I've never seen Alice Cooper live. I've seen Rob Zombie, but I've never seen Alice Cooper, and I have to see him. Even though he'll probably do another 15 tours before he goes. This guy's in great shape. He golfs every day. And look at that. What's he going to say here? Oh, this is that whole episode. We're not going to get into that. Dee Snider, we love Dee Snider. He's there. He is. All right, let's check the horns. He's doing the FU finger over here. He's got the horns. How's he doing with them? Let's take a peeksy doodle. Ronnie's still better. And let's look at these again. Yeah, not as good as Ronnie's. Yep. Okay. Dee, sorry. You know? Sorry about it. But Dee Snider, he's speaking out again. He speaks out. He speaks his mind. When he's got things to say, he says them. Dee Snider blasts bands who wait too long to retire. I see people singing Crazy Nights. Uh-oh. And they're not so crazy anymore. These are crazy, 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 crazy nights. Ooh, who could he be talking about? Dee, you just want to try and start a feud. That's all you're trying to do, okay? Freak. Let's get into this, see what's happening. Twisted Sister frontman Dee Snider visited Rock City Music Company in Livonia, Michigan on July 19th to participate in a very special in-store event to celebrate the release of his novelle. And we did a story about that. It's called Frats. Dee was involved in the moderation question and answer session hosted by Detroit radio legend Doug Pottle of 106.7 WLLLZ. The Q&A featured insight into why Dee wrote Frats. Why did you do it, Dee? I can tell you right now. Do you want to know? Let's see if I get it right, because we did that. We investigated this. It's because he went to a particular high school in Brooklyn, New York, where they had frats, little clubs, little gangs inside the school. And then when he grew up, he realized that only happened out there in Brooklyn. He knew it. He said when he got out there and he was telling everyone, yeah, remember frats in high school? And they say, no, we don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy, okay? That's what happened. So let's see. Let's see if I got that right. Opinions on bands who stick around. Oh, let's say with Dee Frats. Opinions on bands who stick around past their date. His reason for going ahead to. Oh, they're not going to talk about the book. Past their due date, his reason for going ahead head-to-head with Congress in 1985 and the future of his recording and performance career. Okay, speaking about Twisted Sister, decisions to retire from touring in 2016, Dee said, in part, it didn't lose the passion of the music. I didn't lose that at all. My last 2 solo albums, Leave a Scar and For the Love of Mother, We're stronger and sort of de-resurging. I lost the willingness to get old on stage. I don't want you guys to watch me age out. I read reviews once I read a review once that said, and it was actually a positive review about the Twisted reunion, which was ages ago, but it said, when a band reunites and they're good, it makes you feel young again. But when they're bad, it makes you realize just how old you've gotten. And he's quoting this review that he read once, word for word. It's amazing. The guy's got a great brain. And people were coming to see Twisted and coming to see me, and people were smiling. But I know, look, I'm not a bitcher, a moaner, but I've had a knee surgery, shoulder surgery, throat surgery, neck surgery, ball sack surgery. I can't lift my arms up. It hurts when I throw the horns. Fuck. It's not supposed to hurt. So I'd rather walk off with some dignity and leave you guys with a positive memory saying, we wanted more, than to overstay your welcome and say, gee, when is this guy gonna get off the fucking stage, man? I see people, here he goes, I see dead people. I see people singing Crazy Nights. And they're not so crazy anymore, Snyder added. I'm not gonna name names. I always bitch about people who retire. Sell us the No More Tours shirt, Ozzy, and then come back a few years later. We love you. We love you. That's bullshit. You don't say these things about Ozzy anymore. D. Snyder, I'm calling you out right now. You don't ever say those things about him. In the shape that he's in, you don't talk about him like that no more. About him. Now we want another No More Tours, okay? So you just keep that to yourself. We don't want you to leave. Just don't do a 3-year farewell tour. Scorpions, and then you say, changed your mind because you haven't played every place. Because you haven't played every place? Yeah, they have. They've played everywhere. Singapore, North Korea, everywhere. They've been there. No, you've played every place. CD agrees with me. Twice. Blue Oyster Cult have On Tour Forever jackets. Forever. God bless them. You do it, D said. I'm not going to be on tour forever. I'm going to walk off into the sunset waving and smiling. D previously talked about bands who reunite after. Pardon me, guys. Maybe a big drink of this thing will help that. Oh, nope. D previously talked about bands who reunite after completing farewell tours in a 2020 interview with Ultimate Guitar, speaking about the current trend of bands who come out of retirement for a new run of shows, such as Motley Crue and Rage Against the Machine. I think it's bullshit. When you say farewell, Rage Against the Machine breaks up, that's not retirement. They broke up, and they reformed, and that's great. But when you do a farewell tour and you announce this and you sell tickets and you have t-shirts that say no more tours, thank you very much, Ozzy. He always ends his rudeness with thank you very much, Ozzy, though. I appreciate that in him. I bought one of those shirts and then you come back? That's bullshit. Well, what happens if you just want to rock and you just, I mean, what, All right, we're over it. I'm hearing dishes clinking out there. So we're going to get into this. Hold on. I'm going to see if one of my cats just fine. When they start clinking them dishes together, it's like, oh, yeah. Let's get into this real quick. I just wanted to see this. This is Joey Belladonna doing up there on stage with Pantera doing a bit of walk. And we're just going to watch a little bit of this, and then we're going to read your comments. That's right, your comments. Let's see. This is Philip Anselmo, and he's got his arm out, and he's just about to say, Joey Belladonna, everybody. And then he better know the words. And God bless a man that'll wear a fanny pack these days. Let's go. Hey man, it's Joey from Aldrich. It's mine. Come on, I don't want to see you sing it. I want to see the other guy sing it. Come on. Joey, what the hell's going on? We might have to investigate this deeper. What in the hell are you? Are you some kind of a cat sneaking around the stage? Or get... He's going, this guy just wants to growl it out, guys. He doesn't want me to, you know. Where is he going to do it? Let's, come on. He doesn't even. Okay, guys. Okay. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do this. We're gonna check this whole thing out because I want to see if Joey Belladonna actually puts that microphone up to his lips or not. Okay, so we're moving on. Let's get into your comments. My heavens, let's do it now. And then I get my kitty cat fed because she's gonna start meowing any minute, going, "I need yin-yins." Cool dude, 1992. Hey, what's up, cool dude? You look like a cool dude. Hey Shane, hope you're doing well, brother. Smiley face with sunglasses. Just want to say thank you for your content. That gets a heart and it's a compliment, gets a thumb too. Thank you, cool dude. And come on back. Kevin Ortega coming in. He's got some homie. He's got some stuff here. On Josh Homme, I agree. Play some, if not all, the big hits that's possible. It's always great to hear and connect with the audience. Yeah. Kevin on Nico McBrain. I saw that same statement. Wasn't even aware he went through a health scare. Yeah, I didn't know either. Hope he doesn't let that get in the way of his touring then. Up the horns. And then there's the little Ronnie James Dio heavy metal horn emoticon there that he's got. Kevin Ortega on Todd Littore. I like the new single from Queensryche. However, I don't do Facebook anymore. Me neither. Nor TikTok. I do that. Instagram, kind of, etc. AI is kind of weird, though. Gotta agree, you have to dig more into seeing if the stuff said is real or not. Scary stuff, yeah. Because you're going to see people going, you know, and you're going to say, if you're not looking close enough, you're going to say, I just, saw, Michael Jackson say something weird or whatever, That was a bad example, but you get my point, You're going to have it taken down to the science lab or whatever. Or just don't be too gullible. Look for your information everywhere before you just go, yep, I like the cut of this guy's jib. I'll just listen to whatever he says forever. You know what I mean? Find some other stuff to look at. Who knows? Maybe we'll all be worshiping an AI god here in the next 2 months. You never know. Kevin Ortega on Corey Taylor. Pantera lineup. Next. I understand there may be there may be some that are into this, but I am not. Rest in peace, Dime and Vinny. And then he's got the little praying hands right there. Cheers, Shane, and thank you always for doing this. My God, you're getting a horn for that. I'm sorry if I get thank yous and pleases and compliments. You're gonna get it. Mike Buchanan coming in. Shane can be rented out for all of your wedding musical needs. Yes. Open bar only. And I get a tip jar. I just finished watching, as I do every Sunday morning, a movie that is bad, but we love them anyways. Sticking with my Attack of the Blank movies from the 1950s, I give you Attack of the Giant Leeches. I might have kind of slept through that. I can't remember. 1959. This time we head to the backwoods and moonshine country. That doesn't ring a bell. And have to survive the swamps or giant leeches. If you're into bad acting, I am, terrible special effects, poor video quality, then this movie is just right for you. While we're at it, I've been desperately trying to find a movie from 1993 called Skeeter. Did you check YouTube? A horror movie about giant mosquitoes. Other than buying it, I've not been able to find it for streaming anywhere. I'd check on YouTube. I'd do it right now if it wouldn't goof everything up. I'd check right now for you. Mike Buchanan on, let's see, he's got, I know how Josh Homme feels. I saw Judas Priest back in October last year and they didn't do Painkiller. Why? The audience was chanting Painkiller and nope, we left disappointed, I guess. I still had a great time. They didn't do Painkiller? They need to throw United in there more often. Also get this at Queensryche. What? Also get this at Queensryche concerts when they only play one song from Operation Mindcrime. Yeah. Now this is more to do with legal issues than them not wanting to play it. Is that what the Jeff Tate's got a stranglehold on it? Because his band, they'll play all of it. I'm going to read that again because I cut him off. Now this is more to do with legal issues than them not wanting to play music from that album. Well, we know Todd Man can hit those. We know that he could do a good job on them. I know everyone gets old, but it sucks when you hear about musicians from your favorite bands going through medical issues. It is. You just want them to be able to play forever and ever. It is, because you grow up with them, you know, and music impacts your life, you know, in huge, huge ways. I goof on Kiss all the time and just talk shit about them all the time because they've gotten ridiculous. But they were lifesavers to me. I had a record player and Kiss Alive 2, and every day, all day, listen to that. I could put that record on right now and lip sync. No, I'm not being facetious here. But I could lip sync every single bit of that album from beginning to end. Which means I could sing the tunes. I could, all the crowd noise, everything. It's just, yeah. So it is a bummer, you know. And then when they get all goofy and dumb and they're, you know, makes you want to cry, quite frankly. Still Mike Buchanan here. Dude, aliens are real. The military said so. AI is going to be the end of us all. I'm so excited. I shouldn't be excited. It would be nice just to get, you know, whatever digital money, I don't know, whatever, some kind of thing, and you just have androids do everything. You know, but it's also horrifying because they go, you know, sooner or later they kill. Aliens will kill. AI will kill. One wonders if we will ever get new Pantera music someday with this new lineup. I've heard a few live songs, and yes, I do believe they've done a fantastic job. They sound great, everything's good with it. And you bet your sweet ass they're going to go ahead and put out a Pantera record. And that's when that's when the line will be divided. They say, well, you know, the end of this tour, Philip will say, you know, we've spent so much time on the road. We kind of started jamming a song. Do you think you want to hear our new Pantera song? Everybody, do you think you want to hear it now? Do you? That'll be it. And it'll be probably a pretty delicious song. It'll probably sound a lot like Black Label Society with a twist of Anthrax in it. And then they say, oh, well, they liked it. We're going to go ahead and do an album then. All right, see you next year. And now your Jive Talkin Jokes of the Week. Mike Buchanan with the jokes. What would you get if you crossed a Cocker Spaniel with a poodle and a rooster? A Cocker Poodle Doo. That's one that'll piss off the family and everyone around you, so that's a keeper for me. I started a company selling landmines disguised as prayer mats. Profits are going through the roof. Scientists studied the effects of alcohol on walking. The results were staggering. I've got a phobia of over-engineered buildings. It's a complex. What's so great about whiteboards? If you think about it, they're pretty remarkable. And finally, here we go, last one. What do you call a cow with a twitch? Beef jerky. Miss Althea coming in. Here we go. The Dumbstruck Fool says, Josh Homme. She's got her stuff to say here about Josh Homme. Is that how you say his name? It's not Homie, right? I agree with his gotta play the big hits philosophy in part, but did he really have to use the C word? Or should I say the other C word to make his point? So off-putting. Meanwhile, I am not so sure I know one single song by his band. You should listen to him. What was my favorite tune? It wasn't No One Knows, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's something like, you think I ain't a millionaire, you think I ain't worth anything, but I feel like a millionaire or something like that. That's a good tune. It's worth a try. You know, go to the Spotify or the streaming or whatever you do and just listen, you know, or Google top hits from Queens of the Stone Age. I think you would like them. But you don't need to be saying the C word and stuff like that either. Which I said, didn't I? I mean, it's just, what do they say? It's what used to be unbecoming. It's very unbecoming of me to use those words. Miss Althea on Nico McBrain. Very jarring news about his stroke. Thank God it was not worse, and all the best to his health. It is amazing all he has overcome. Sexy guys in Iron Maiden? Question mark though. I don't know about that. However, way back in the day, okay, I did have a very short-lived crush on Clive Burr. I would say, yeah, he's kind of a handsome. You know, I'd probably have to go with that. I mean, a lot of people would say, I'm going with Bruce Dickinson or Steve Harris, you know. Miss Althea on Todd Latour / Wolfie VH. Would love to see either of them lend commentary on The Truth Is Out There, or even better, as host of the reboot of Paranormal, Fact or Faked. Is that a TV show? Because I was watching one called Paranormal Captured, and I liked that, where it was showing like real clips, and they had the people saying, hey, wow, this looks to be real. I'm into all of that. Yeah, there's space cadets. All right, let's get into Miss Althea on Corey Taylor. Do not underestimate your acting chops. The interpretation of his emotional comment was first class. Yes, I cried. Corey Taylor, go listen to the last episode. Corey Taylor cried on that last episode. Miss Althea, I see Mike B's movie recommendation of Attack of the Crab Monster. Hell yeah. And raise you 1963's Matango, a.k.a. Attack of the Mushroom People. Isn't that a System of a Down song, too? It is another Japanese classic directed by Ishiro Honda, best known for the original Godzilla franchise. So it's worth watching. All right, Miss Althea, and bang! There you go. There's a thumb, too. Everyone's getting thumbs, but these guys might not be. What's this all about? La Kringle Kankor? What does that mean? Psycho Sven. All right, you're getting a heart, Sven, but I don't know what that means. La Gringo Kankor. Is that a band, a song you want me to do? Ed Von Esch. The Netherlands are okay, Shane. ... Though? Question mark. I'm going to say yes to whatever that answer is. And finally, Comedy at the Pool, 3953. He says, cool. So you're getting a heart there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to leave you hanging on the thumbs because I don't exactly know what the hell you're talking about in any of that. But, see, if you're like these guys, Miss Althea there, you see, and Mike Buchanan and Kevin and Cool Dude, you're getting thumbs and hearts, okay? Swinging out. Seize the day, seize the moment, breathe deep, get up, go for a walk, go for a talk. Get in a, go wrestle a bear. Go make love to a flamingo. Go do what you got to do. We're going to just close our eyes, kind of. and hit that. Guys, I always use that. Alright. We're going to go with that. And then we're going to find ourselves a nice tone, but I want something kind of Fat Boys. I want something that says Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on, baby. All right, that's what we're going with that. Listen up, all you motherfuckers. Get on out, we're going to get it out, brother. Come on now, we need Jive Talkin. We did a little heavy metal rockin'. Hope. Jive Talkin with your friend Shane. I know you're going insane, gonna have a good time. Drink some wine, lay down and have a lime. Jive Talkin with Shane D. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news for free. Get it in time to want. Gonna get high.